Hi, welcome to the Be Seen, Be Loved TV show. I'm your host, Christie Love. And today we're going to talk about how to find your stage and to amplify your business growth. If you want that, then you're in the right place. But first, of course, a little speaker wisdom. Now, in order to really get to the level that you want to achieve in this speaking business, is to do more than everyone else. A lot of people talk about, oh, you got to work hard, you got to, do the work, but no one really kind of explains some of the things that you need to do. Because when you first start out, you may have a little imposter syndrome. I know I did. So when I first started out, I'm speaking with all these speakers who are seasoned, who've been doing this over 10 years. They seem so polished and so charismatic. And I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that way at all. I felt very insecure, self-conscious about my own ability. But in reality, I was new. I was just starting out. And like with anything that's new, and you have to learn and grow and get better and better and better as time goes on. But imposter syndrome kind of kicks in many different levels and many different areas. But I'm going to just talk about a little bit about how I was able to transform that imposter syndrome to a person who has confidence, who is able to always show up at her best in front of any audience at any time, talking about my level of expertise. And I want that for you too. The same thing I do with my clients. I love seeing the transformations that occur when they start getting familiar, getting the practice, getting in front of more people on a consistent basis, and really making this transition in their business to becoming a true professional and expert. And so you really have to do the work. When I first started out, when I was feeling that imposter syndrome, and I was feeling self-conscious about my ability because I just didn't know, right? One thing that I did was I knew that I had to practice. I understood that it's just like riding a bike. You have to keep doing it over and over and over again, and you get better. When you have that in your mind, that everyone starts somewhere, but the way that you become one of those seasoned, charismatic professionals is if you keep doing the things that you're doing to make yourself better. And for me, I practiced 5 times a day. I thought, okay. And then I started with these little, I started in Toastmasters actually. And in Toastmasters, if you've ever been there, you know that speeches are around 5 minutes. So I said, okay, I'm practicing 5-minute speeches. And I want to be good every time that I speak in front of that audience for these, 5 minutes. And so I thought, where can I find the time throughout my day to get 5 minutes of practice multiple times? Remember, I need a lot of work. And so I would really plan out my schedule and my day to incorporate practicing. I practice in the morning when I woke up after breakfast. I'd practice at the gym or going to the gym. Like on the treadmill, I practice my presentation. I practice in the car, driving to work. I practice on my break at work. I practice either driving home from work or at home, after dinner. So that was 5 to 6 times a day I would practice. And I would do this every single day. This is before internet, before videos. So I would take pillows and prop them up around different areas of my living room. And I would take a piece of paper on the pillows and draw a happy face, and that was my audience. And so I would visualize myself speaking in front of that audience. What did I need to do to really captivate that audience? So I practiced things such as my eye contact, my vocal inflection, my hand gestures, my body movements, all those things that a seasoned professional should be able to do very eloquently and naturally. And when I did that over and over and over again, of course I got better. I got much better. I got so much better that I started to mentor other people and then coach other people. And now I have created a career around public speaking, but I started somewhere. We all start somewhere. So think about ways that you can incorporate practice into your daily routine and understand you're going to get better and better and better, if that's what you want. And so that's also the best way to kind of mitigate and eliminate the imposter syndrome and really gain the confidence in front of the audience. It's really going to move that crowd. That's what you want in front of any platform or any group. And so I encourage you to practice every single day. Just get out your calendar and find these little 5-minute, 10-minute increments where you can practice throughout your day. Another thing I used to do is when I was driving in the car, I lived in an apartment, beautiful apartment in California on the beach, but it was an apartment. And so I couldn't really practice my vocal inflection exercises in an apartment. I'm always mindful of other people's, privacy at home. And so I would practice in a car, driving to work or driving to the gym or driving to the store. I would practice my vocal cord muscle exercises. So, and I could belt out, tunes and really strengthen that as loud as I wanted to in my car. And I covered my car and just had a great old time. And so think about, ways you can do that as well. So let's dive in. Let's get deep into how to really find your stage and amplify your business growth. How do we do that? Finding stages can really allow you to really discover your speaker identity, help connect with your ideal audience, and also unlock those opportunities to speak more and more and more and more and more when you find your stage. And so when you're doing this, when you're finding different stages, when you're speaking on different platforms, hopefully getting paid to do this, understand that people are willing to pay for your expertise. These meeting planners and event planners, they have a budget. They have a budget to spend on a speaker. And so it does not benefit you to speak on these different platforms for free. Show them that, hey, you are worth something. You're an expert in your industry. This is your fee. And get paid for it. Showcase and give them all you can, right? To create a dynamic presentation and get paid for it and do it again and again and again. Reinvest in your business, of course, and do it on bigger, better audiences. First time I got paid was 45 minutes virtually, and it was $3,000. You can do that all day long. Now I get longer contracts with event planners, meeting planners to consistently train their employees, train their employees on a consistent basis on certain topics. Most of them are in areas of communication, but I get paid after that training. Within a couple of minutes, they're going to get an invoice from me. And so you can do this constantly, but you must take certain steps in order to really get visible and in a way that creates a lucrative and sustainable business for you in the area of public speaking. But when you want to think about when you're getting in front of more audiences, is how can you build or establish authority? Remember, when the first moment you step on that platform, you have instant credibility over that group. The other ears, you have their eyes, you have their full attention, and you can say whatever you want. But your mission should be to inspire, motivate, influence, and hopefully persuade them to know more about what you have to offer. And so it also helps you to attract clients, get more clients by being in front of more audience. And that's what finding your stage is all about. So you really want to know why, first of all, why you want to be on stage. Hopefully it's to expand your business, to get those clients who resonate with you. And when you're on stage and you're giving your presentation, you're explaining your level of expertise, what you're strongly passionate about, how you can help them to transform within your area of expertise with your knowledge, your wisdom, all the trials and errors and your journey in order to help them to experience the same changes. And you can do that by using the power of public speaking. And so also you can create those valuable connections. What I found is that every event that I go to, I meet someone that's going to help catapult my business and get me the next speaking opportunity. That's how it works. But you have to get yourself out there on a consistent basis. Let's go over these more specifically. Authority. Creating authority allows you to showcase your expertise, right? It allows you to command attention from the audience. What you're doing is you are effectively conveying your ideas in a way that influences the audience. Give them tips, insights that they haven't heard anywhere else. We don't want anything that's cookie cutter. We want serious, meaty, juicy information that's really going to help them. Because listen, they've spent time driving, getting ready, scheduling this event out of their calendar. They have invested, money, hopefully to pay to the event that you're going to. So give them your all. Really think about how you can help these people, how you can help transfer them, change their life, motivate them, inspire them to really move and shift into creating the life that they want using your expertise, your products, your service, your knowledge, your wisdom as an expert in your industry. The next thing is attracting clients. As a subject matter expert, you're able to build trust and rapport when you're on stage. And the idea is to do this very effectively by providing those solutions that's really going to resonate with them and hopefully lead them to be one of your clients. When I talk about doing this effectively, there's certain tactics and strategies that speakers use to dynamically engage an audience. Your eye contact, your movement should be on point. There was an article written by, I think his name is Ken Casina. He was an assistant to Steve Jobs. And Steve Jobs, if anyone knows, he had a little stage fright in front of groups of people, but that's how he sold the Apple product. He would do a presentation in front of these leaders and talk about, the features, the devices, how, it's going to make transformations on this thing called the iPhone. But what he would do is he prepared, he practiced, he understood this valuable skill that he wanted to be seen as the best at what he did. And he wasn't that good at it. So 3 to 4 weeks out from any presentation, he would go to his auditorium about 2 hours. And he would practice every slide, every movement, the device, and learn the ins and outs of the device, how he was going to hold it, how he was going to effectively present it to the audience, how he was going to engage the audience, how he was going to answer questions. All of those things he practiced and he practiced and he practiced. And if you know the story, that made him one of the most successful people in this world. But he didn't just go out and just talk about what he did. No, he did it in a very systematic, very structured, and a very professional way that showed that he knew his stuff inside and out. And he was prepared to deliver it to his utmost ability. And he did that effectively, but it took a lot of practice. Next is creating valuable and meaningful connections. Like I said, when you are at these events, take time first to get there a little early, to meet the meeting planner, to meet people who will be attending the event. What you're doing is you're, gaining more information, and hopefully you can incorporate that into your presentation to create a better and stronger bond with the people that you've already met. Now, after the presentation, of course, talk and mingle with all the people who are attending, create these relationships, connect with them. And after the event, make sure that you connect with them on social media and make sure that you're connecting with them on a consistent basis, so that, for one, they've seen you in action, they know what you're talking about, they've seen you on stage, they know your expertise, and they like you now, they've established that relationship. So when another opportunity comes, maybe they're not a good fit for, or they may need another speaker. I do this a lot. I'm in a group of a lot of speakers. And when opportunities come to me that someone says, hey, I'm looking for this speaker, I send referrals all day long. I go through my database to find out who do I know, and I contact, make the connection, contact those people, see if they're interested, make the connection, and wow, that could be another paid speaking opportunity for them. And this vice versa goes for you. So make those connections, establish rapport all the time. Go out, if they have dinners, make sure that you are at those dinners. Okay, don't rush off and leave and go back home. Stay a while, get familiar, make friends, and you're going to find that you're going to have a lot of friendships and a large community of people who are going to support you along your journey to get more clients. And so when you're looking for your, looking at your speaker really identity to really showcase, like, what do you do on stage? How are you going to do this? Because remember, event planners and meeting planners are going to check you out. They want to know what kind of speaker you are. And so you can be a motivational speaker. You can be more of an informative speaker, maybe a trainer. You can be more entertaining. I've seen all kinds of cool things. I really would love to be a entertaining speaker, but I don't have those skills, and that's okay. I'm more of a motivational speaker or a trainer. But I have seen one gentleman who was doing cartwheels and balancing on like one wheel bikes, holding up certain objects and throwing them in the air and catching them backwards, and one person throwing fire. I have a friend who's called the singing attorney. So he's an opera singer, has amazing voice. And so he sings before he speaks. I can't do any of that. I tried to find my niche in being a more comical, entertaining speaker. I don't have that skill. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. I do have other skills that I use to my benefit, but find out your speaker identity, right? And showcase that. Let that come out. And people will be known for that. People come to me because they love my energy. And they love that I use my voice to really engage an audience, and I'm very engaging. And so when they need someone who's going to bring a lot of power, dynamic energy into a room, they call Christie. And so find your niche, your area of expertise, how you really engage an audience, what fits with you naturally, and use that and build upon that the best you can. And of course, continue to practice and continue to find new speaking opportunities. Other places that you can look for speaker opportunities is industry events, conferences, associations. Chamber of Commerce always has opportunities for speakers to speak in front of their people. Organizations that, you can pay a fee. I have a friend and she gets a lot of speaking engagements, get a lot of business by paying organizations to speak. That's okay if you don't want to get paid. But sometimes if you pay to speak on a platform, if it's the right platform, you can make your investment hundreds of times more. Okay. If you do this effectively, if you have a lead generation system that brings them into your funnel, into your group, and knowing more about you so you can nurture them over time. You want to learn more about this, make sure that you contact me. You can go to my website at beseenbeloved.com. But I also want to tell you about a program that I have that's going on right now called Speak to Riches. You can go to www.speaktoriches.com, find out all about it. And what I help you to do is really everything that you need to really create a lucrative and sustainable business around public speaking. I give you all the tools, the templates, the guidance, the information, the tactics, the strategies, everything you need to do to go out and showcase yourself as an expert in front of these audiences, and also give you more insight on how to find stages as well. And so contact me or go to that website. Right now it's offered at a ridiculously low price, right? Because it's a pilot program only for a select few. Go there, check it out. It's a no-brainer, and let's get started. Let's get started to transform your life, your career, your passion, all the things that you want to do so you can serve on a greater capacity around this world. And if you want to do that, make sure that you contact me if you have that passion inside of you. I would love, love, love to help. But thank you. That ends today's episode I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place on the Be Seen Be Loved show. Bye for now. Much love and success.
Are you a professional struggling to speak confidently in front of others? Do you have trouble giving presentations or leading teams? Are you finding it difficult to sell to clients? At Be Seen Beloved, we understand the challenges you face. That's why we're here to help. With our expert guidance and training, you'll gain the confidence you need to excel in your business and career. Whether you're looking to lead groups, speak to larger audiences, or train people in your corporation, we can help. Our unique approach will not only improve your business connections and increase your income, but it will also lead to a happier and more fulfilled life. So why wait? Take the first step towards success and visit us at www.beseenbeloved.com today.